Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody, and welcome back here to some more coverage here on a nasty severe weather day for today. We got ourselves a pretty big risk out there for areas of Iowa, kind of being the target zone here, in which we're going to be doing a couple of hours of coverage here with y'all. But what's up everybody? Hope you guys are doing good. Let's go ahead and see who is here for today. We got ourselves, let's see here, we have Whitney, Time to Kill, we have Caden, Prepper. Let's see here. Robin, Zero, John. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. You know, it's pretty crazy here. I mean, not just what's going on right now. This morning, which was pretty crazy, not too far away from me, there was actually a tornado that was reported in Shelbyville, which I live right here, right in this area, and there's Shelbyville right here. And there's a tornado apparently that did a lot of damage here towards Shelbyville. So that was a little interesting. I got a pretty nasty storm this morning, which obviously, you know, wasn't too bad for us actually, believe it or not. We had barely even any winds out of it. Just kind of a thunder lightning show. Anyways, but like I said, yeah, no, we have a pretty big day today. You know, widespread severe weather. I mean, we're talking a lot of areas that's at risk today. For the possibility of severe thunderstorms. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take you guys over here to the Storm Prediction Center just to kind of show you guys where this risk is. I mean, look how large this risk. So we're actually splitting this up into two different areas. Really, actually, three different areas. Small, itty-bitty little risk out there for severe weather across the marginal here. But like I said, the big area is right in here. So right across, you know, like Iowa, northern Missouri, southeastern, you know, portions of Nebraska. Even a small little sliver of northeastern Kansas is in the highest risk here for today, which is the enhanced risk. Tornado probability, actually not terrible. Not too high today, which is good. It is a possibility. So anywhere you see across, you know, anywhere you see the light green, or sorry, the dark green and the brown, that is your percentage of seeing a possible tornado across some of these regions here. Once again, it's not terribly high, which is good. However, when you come to damaging winds, 30% significant risk out there. We're talking damaging winds potentially up to 80 miles an hour or more in some storms. Could be pretty nasty. Hail, kind of the same thing. We're talking some very large hail potential. So we're gonna really need to watch these storms here for today. And like I said, currently right now we have a lot of them that's actually currently popping off here. Let's see, severe thunderstorm warning. I mean, we have a whole bunch of them, a whole big line. So let's see here, 2-inch hail. This one's apparently one of the worst ones. Let's see, this is right here across kind of south central Illinois. Holy cow, dude! This storm right here, for areas towards like Pana, Illinois, Rosamond, Illinois. Let's see, Nokomis. You guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning here. Not any severe thunderstorm warning. A severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and hail up to baseball size. Yeah, we're talking very large hail. So, like I said, we're talking like winds that are moving at 70 miles an hour, wind gusts, essentially, and large hail up to baseball size. So we're mixing them both together. You know what I'm saying? You got baseballs falling from the side, big chunks of ice, moving at 70-mile-per-hour winds. Or moving with those 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That is a very destructive storm. Once again, this includes like Colton. This is Colton and Illinois. Nokomis. Let's see, Ullman, Rosamond, and Pana. Also, Millersville, Illinois is also included with that. So, really destructive storm. I mean, we're talking not just one or the other hail or damaging winds. We're literally talking both. Very, very destructive storm. You can see all that pink in there right here towards Ullman and Winona. Yeah, this is right in the area where we are seeing, kind of the worst of the storm. Obviously, that pink and that purple is kind of representing, big hailstones that are likely falling inside the storm here. Anyways, let's see. Logan, member for 1 month. Thank you so much, Logan. Really appreciate it. Category 1 Club. Thank you so much, dude. Saying, I've been a member of this glorious channel for 1 month, and this is one of the best severe weather channels on YouTube. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Logan. That's very sweet of you. Super, super sweet. Thank you so much. Very, very nice of you. Much, much, much appreciated. Now, here in East St. Louis, not Missouri side of St. Louis. Now, there's West and there's East St. Louis here. We have, obviously, West St. Louis here is, like, the main area, towards, obviously, in Missouri. Let's see here. Jenny with a $20 super chat. Oh, thank you so much there, Jenny. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for that. Very, very sweet. Jenny, that's very nice of you. Thank you. You did not have to do that. Greatly appreciated. Big thumbs up goes to you, Jenny. Thank you so much. But like I said, on the eastern side here of St. Louis, we got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning. A couple of cells popping off here on the eastern side, kind of towards like Collinsville, Edwardsville, Illinois. And we got a severe thunderstorm warning on it. Nothing too insane. Just quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts towards like O'Fallon. So, kind of those regions out there, But essentially, I mean, right now, you guys, here, I'm gonna bring the radar over here for a second. That way, there's nothing in the way. Look at the amount of warnings there is, stretching all the way from southeastern Iowa, going all the way through like Illinois. Which, like I said, we have a lot of warnings that's currently popping off here. I'm gonna switch over to Iowa because, like I said, apparently these guys, so obviously here in Iowa, you guys have like the biggest risk for today. Wow, look at this storm. So we have Iowa City. My friends out there in Iowa City, if you know anybody out there, give them a little heads up towards North Liberty, Iowa City here. We're talking Cedar Rapids. Very populated areas here, essentially. We got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So once again, the winds could gust up to what they could maximally get up to. Maximum up to 70 miles per hour, as well as hail up to golf ball size. So golf ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts does seem to be a big concern here. So you mix in the damaging winds and the golf ball size hail, it ends up being a pretty bad day. So once again, Iowa City's included, Cedar Rapids, Iowa's included, North Liberty, Walford, those regions. Once again, very, very populated zones. We got a few of these severe thunderstorms popping up here in Indiana as well. Like I said, we have a lot of widespread severe weather to cover today. The good news right now is that we do not have any tornado warnings at the moment, but we have 29 severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect. Like I said, there's just a lot of them to cover. We got a lot of nasty storms starting to pop up here in Texas as well, right across, this kind of the central, kind of north central areas here of the state. Got a bunch of these cells popping off here. Tornado possible tag on some of these. I'm just going to switch over to velocity on that guy. I don't see anything rotating on that storm, which is good news. Overall, that's great. Yeah, we don't want any tornadoes, but like I said, good news is that the tornado threat does seem to be pretty minimal. Tornadoes is kind of not really a big likelihood for today. Now, there is a threat. Overall, there is a threat for possible tornadoes. Obviously, anywhere in these shades of colors, that's where the risk is at, essentially. So if you're across the dark green, there's a 2% chance that you could have a tornado within 25 miles. If there's like I said, if you're in the brown, that's the highest probability, basically for central and southern Iowa and southeast Nebraska. We have a warning coming through. Let's go listen to this a little bit.
National Weather Service in Lincoln has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for
severe thunderstorm warning.
Menard County, northeastern Cass County, southwestern Mason County until 5:45 p.m.
Let's see. This radio is off of Peoria, which is in Illinois. Yeah, so we have some very destructive storms popping off here in Illinois right now. Just a big old line of them, essentially. Yeah, this is the worst one right now. Here, we're going to turn this down a little bit. We don't need to hear that, really. But like I said, This storm right here in central Illinois, we started the stream talking about this guy. This one is a very destructive storm here. Once again towards, kind of Oconee, towards Nokomis, let's see, Omen, Rosamond, Pana, Millersville. Yeah, like I said, this warning right here is literally for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Once again, what the winds could get up to maximally. Also, like I said, and also the possibility there of baseball-size hail. That is ridiculous. Anytime you see baseball-size hail, as well as, obviously, these winds, carrying these large hailstones, obviously the impact force of those hailstones is much, much bigger, is much greater here. Now, this storm is getting ready to cause a lot of havoc in Oconee, which is once again in central Illinois here, tracking to the southeast. Now, if this continues to be producing what it's doing, eventually this is going to be going in towards areas of like Herrick, Illinois, Cowden, Illinois, Lakewood, Illinois, and eventually maybe even Beecher City. Still a little ways away from Beecher City. I'd say probably at least an hour out, but it's heading your direction. Now, like I said, that's if it can continue to pop off of what it's doing right now. Because, like I said, I mean, this is a storm where you do not want to mess with. It appears it just now issued another severe thunderstorm warning. They're basically extending that now into Oconee. Let's see, Williamsburg Hill, also Cowden, Illinois. You guys are now inside of the new warning they just issued here. We got another pretty nasty storm here towards 2-inch hail on this guy. Winds are not too terrible out of this one, which this is in west central Illinois, towards a town called Bluff City. Sheldon's Grove. We have Marbletown currently getting the worst of it. If you're like towards White City, Wolf Lake, Sedora, I would highly consider seeking shelter far away from windows if possible. Like I said, these storms are not your typical average thunderstorm here. Like I said, these ones have some specialties on them, and these ones are very destructive. And like I said, even though, typically you take shelter during a tornado warning, which, yeah, you should. But in some of these cases, out of these storms today, you should honestly probably take shelter out of some of these other storms. I mean, because like I said, they're just so destructive today. From damaging winds and hail, it's just something you got to consider with a lot of these storms. You can actually see, here's the current satellite view across the country. Here's Texas right here. You got a big old band of these puffy clouds popping off. That's all your thunderstorm activity. A bit of clearing right now across like eastern Kansas, but honestly, the more northeast you go, you guys are actually in a pretty big risk up here in northeastern Kansas, actually in the enhanced risk, which is the largest risk today. But like I said, the majority of the biggest risk here is across central and southern Iowa, northern Missouri as well. And once again, I'll go ahead and show you guys here where these risks are located. So overall, here is the convective outlook. Here's the thunderstorm risk for today. If you don't know how this works, picture a scale from 1 to 5. 5 being the worst case scenario, and 1 being kind of the lower end severe weather threat. Now, regardless of what level you're in, there is a severe weather level, and there's a severe weather chance. And like I said, obviously the higher the level, the more potentially worse it could get. So, like I said, level 5 is maximum here. So our first level's across the dark green. That is where severe thunderstorms are possible. What I mean by severe thunderstorms is damaging to potentially life-threatening thunderstorms. Could be possible. Very, very low chance overall across the areas here in the dark green. You should watch out for it. Keep an eye on the weather, as a few isolated severe thunderstorms are possible. Then you move into the yellow. That's where things get kicked up a notch. That's where, more severe weather is expected. Maybe a little bit more stronger storms could be also possible. And then we move into the orange. That is the level 3. That is the biggest risk here for today. Level 3 out of 5, that's pretty serious. Pretty daggone serious. And like I said, central and southern Iowa, northern Missouri, northeastern Kansas, and southeastern Nebraska is included inside of this here. Like I said, mostly for damaging winds across those regions. You notice how there's that netting over here? That is talking the potential for damaging winds, maybe up and over 80 miles per hour being possible. Hail, same thing, 30% significant, 30% hatch risk there, which that basically means that we're talking very, very large hail Once again, potentially up to baseball size. And like I said, we currently actually do have a warning right now, you guys, that currently is in effect here for portions of central Illinois towards areas here of, let's see, Ullman, towards Oakney. We currently have this warning in effect for the next 14 minutes for 70 mile per hour wind gusts as well as baseball size hail. The good news is that in the latest scans out of this in particular storm here, it appears that, obviously the hail might be weakening a bit. I mean, obviously you can see in this scan how we have a lot of blue even starting to pop up. That's pretty nasty on the color table here. Really identifying a lot of big hail going right there towards Oakney. In the latest scan, there's obviously still a lot of purple that's popping up, obviously still showing that there's likely still some hail, in which they actually did just update the warning here now for golf ball size hail, which is still very bad, and it can obviously still cause, damage to vehicles, to sidings. I mean, could even injure people. So, gotta really be looking out for that. But the thing is, the wind gust out of this now is expected to be under severe limits, so that's good news. That's definitely some good news out of that new extension they just issued there. Anyways. But we're going to go ahead and move over to Iowa. Like I said, obviously Iowa has the biggest risk out here for today. Obviously, one of the main areas we're paying attention to. Once again, we have that enhanced risk. Now, to my friends out here towards Cedar Rapids, okay, if you know anybody out there towards Cedar Rapids, towards Iowa City, North Liberty, those regions out here is inside of a severe thunderstorm warning, a very destructive severe thunderstorm warning, not just for hail, but also for damaging winds here. So once again, Iowa City is included with this guy. We're talking Iowa City here. We're talking Oxford. We're talking North Liberty. Let's see, Tiffin, Walford, Cedar Rapids, Mount Vernon. Right there towards North Liberty, we have this big old core here, and like I said, that's obviously identified itself in the, in the pinks, the purples, and obviously the blue here. Really showing the potential of some very large hail that's likely occurring. And like I said, currently, right now, we do have, the warning here is representing the possibility for golf ball size hail. Once again, literally chunks of ice the size of golf balls. Potentially moving around 70 miles per hour out of some of these gusts here. So overall, like I said, that's definitely something. That's definitely something to take very, very seriously. Like I said, in this case, if you're in North Liberty, Iowa City, I would consider seeking shelter. Staying well away from windows. Okay, I definitely would recommend seeking shelter in this storm because, like I said, I mean this is not your normal thunderstorm. This is not a normal thunderstorm. This is a very destructive thunderstorm, in which it does have a lot of good potential in causing damage. So just a little bit of a heads up to you guys. Once again, Iowa City, North Liberty. I think North Liberty is probably going to be one of the most impacted areas out of here. Once again, we're talking the potential for 70 mile per hour wind gusts and golf ball size hail. The biggest of the hail core right now is kind of located directly west of North Liberty right now. It's tracking eastward. Like I said, at its current rate, it will be impacting North Liberty, I'd say, within the next 15 minutes or so. 15 to 20 minutes. So, to my friends in North Liberty, obviously, heads up. Take action if you can. You might have enough time if you're, in East North Liberty. Obviously, the rain is now starting to really pick up here. Obviously, you can tell how, the precipitation in the color table here is starting to get more heavier. There might be enough time, if you guys are across these regions, to bring your car into your garage, if possible. Run outside, if you can safely. Obviously, run outside, grab your car, pull it into a carport, pull it into a garage. Obviously, anything that's going to help it. Because, like I said, there's a big old hail core just to your west here. In which this thing is likely dropping some golf ball size hail. Who knows? Perhaps even larger, honestly. With these radar signatures is coming through, it looks pretty aggressive, okay? Just a little bit of a heads up there for you. But we'll need to consider watching this one. Also, like I said, 70 mile per hour wind gusts on that guy. So we'll keep an eye on it. It looks like they just now extended the warning too. Kept it the same. Look at that, 40 minutes to go. They now included West Liberty, West Branch, Tipton. Let's see, Fruitland, Conesville, Riverside here, Lone Tree. Same thing, 70 mile per hour wind gusts and also golf ball size hail. Very, very large hail and damaging winds. Very destructive storm overall. So we got to look out for it. Let's go ahead and see here. Not Zach says, "Hey Andrew, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. I see I'm in the level 3 out of 5 risk for Stuart, Iowa. Anything headed my way? And will there be any damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes?" So, not Zach, the level 3 out of 5 is representing the biggest concern for hail and damaging wind potential. Now, for where you're at, my friend, here in Stuart, I remember you. You're one of our originals here. Now, right now for Stuart, it looks pretty clear. We got some gust fronts or some outflow boundaries. You see this big old line right here? That's a gust front. This thing's tracking in your general direction. You can see how it's kind of moving towards Stuart. So there's where you're at right here. You can see that little gust front moving towards you. Now, the reason they're called gust fronts is because obviously they can produce some gusty winds. Look out for that. And you'll probably notice a small temperature drop as well. But other than that, yeah, right now there's not any thunderstorm activity happening right now for you. Since you're west of Des Moines, basically everything east of Des Moines, or east of Des Moines, is where a lot of this heavy stuff is at there. But you are still in the risk. There is still time for storms to fire off in your general direction. And let me actually bring you guys over here to, let me go actually bring you guys over here to the models really quickly, just to show you guys what's going on here. So here is the future radar projected by the HRRR model. Obviously, current time now is 6:30. We're going to go move to 6:30. Here you go. So here's 6:30. Obviously, we got a few isolated cells popping up here towards, Iowa, which we are currently seeing here. But as we track way down in time, I mean, look how much coverage the storms really start popping off here. I mean, once we start to move in around 8 o'clock, things are expected to explode into a lot more thunderstorm activity. And yes, that is right towards your location, in which that definitely could be producing, some damaging characteristics. Like I said, once again, damaging winds and hail. We're talking large hail up to possibly baseball size in some areas here, as well as the potential for some damaging wind gusts, maybe 70 to 80 mile per hour or even higher out of some of these storms. In some rare cases, could be possible. And then as we track way down in time here, like I said, storms are going to be continuing well overnight too. Into northern Missouri. That's where northern Missouri's biggest risk is obviously kind of, around midnight here, if not a little after midnight. That's whenever northern Missouri's risk really becomes well known. But like I said, northern Missouri, you guys are in the biggest risk here today as well, in which we should keep an eye out there for. But but right now, you guys, I tell you what, we got 31 severe thunderstorm warnings. There's just so many of them to even think about. The good news is that we don't have any tornado warnings right now. Knock on wood. Let's hope that there's no tornado warnings. Like I said, the good news is about today is that tornadoes is not the biggest concern. That's great news, actually. Obviously, today's tornado concern is kind of isolated towards portions of Iowa. We have ourselves a 5% tornado risk here, which I'm going to go actually bring up for you guys really quickly, kind of show you what I'm talking about here. So overall, so whenever it comes to it, like I said, tornado probability here for today is the greatest in this brown circle here, which includes southeastern Nebraska, including Lincoln, obviously, central and southern Iowa, including Des Moines, kind of out of Davenport, but however, you do have a 2% chance across those regions as well. And the overall tornado probability stretches all the way across the dark green. That's kind of the lowest threat. So overall, like I said, tornadoes is not really a big deal for today, or not a huge concern for today, which is great news. But like I said, it obviously makes up for it whenever it comes to large hail and damaging winds, as that's kind of one of the biggest concerns today. Like I said, these are type of storms that you should honestly consider watching very, very closely, because these storms in particular are not your average thunderstorm. Like I said, these guys can produce some very serious impacts. Once again, like I said, obviously these are ones you should probably consider seeking shelter for, well away from windows. If you're caught up in any of these here, these are not normal storms. And once again, we have ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Iowa City. So my friends out there in Iowa City, anyone in Iowa who's watching this right now, give a little bit of a heads up, or just a little bit of a heads up here for you guys. Iowa City, North Liberty, you guys are getting hit pretty hard right now. And like I said, we're talking the potential. You guys are in a warning here for golf ball size hail and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So once again, this is for Shoeyville, for Swisher, We have North Liberty. Like I said, all this pink and blue that you're seeing here, this is likely hail that is falling inside of the storm here. So then, like I said, obviously North Liberty, Coralville kind of just mostly caught up in heavy rain from what it looks like right now. A bit of hail can mix with it. Keep that in mind. Yeah, Iowa City, probably heavy rain, maybe even mixing in with some hail as well. So my friends in Iowa City, heads up to you. Like I said, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and golf ball size hail is expected here. So just a little bit of a FYI for you guys. And like I said, here recently, not too long ago, they just extended that warning here further to the southeast. And now they're including like West Liberty, West Branch, Tipton. We're talking areas like Nicholas, Conesville, Lone Tree, Riverside, Kelowna. These zones here are now in the warning for the next 34 minutes for the same possibilities. You know, once again, if you're just tuning in here, this storm in particular has a possibility for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as golf ball size hail. Like I said, you mix the two together, not a good combination. You know, obviously hard-hitting hail, moving at very, very fast speeds, and pretty large chunks of ice flying around. So obviously that can cause injuries, that can cause damage to homes, vehicles. I mean, you name it. You know, animals outdoor. Recommend definitely bringing your animals inside, because you don't want to leave them out in this. You know, like I said, this is some nasty stuff. You don't want to leave them out in this because, you know, this could cause some injuries. And you know, like I said, definitely is not very friendly here. Moving back down here towards Illinois, for West Springfield, we got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for actually hail up to ping pong ball size. Now, the good news is that the damaging winds, or the winds out of this, is expected to be under severe limits, which is great news. However, south of this, we have ourselves, you know, actually even a little bit lower of a concern there, 1.25 inches, which is $half size, which is good. But then we move a little bit more further down. This is where things get a little bit more serious here. So right in central, south central Illinois here, to my friends out in Oconee, towards Williamsburg Hill, towards Cowden, towards Herrick, you guys have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next half hour for basically golf ball size hail. Once again, the good news out of this though is that the winds are expected to be below severe limits. So that's good. That's good for right now. So like I said, Cowden, you guys are pretty much, you're pretty much dry at the moment, but it looks like you guys are obviously about to get hit here pretty soon. So my friends in there in Cowden, which is in Illinois, once again, central Illinois here, if you're in Cowden, it would be recommended, if you can, for your own sake, maybe if you have time, to bring your vehicles indoors. You know, obviously park them in a garage, park them in a carport, just to get them out of hazard's way regarding the hail here. Because like I said, this is definitely going to, potentially be some large hail here. Once again, maybe up to golf ball size. So consider watching that. The heaviest of it right now kind of seems to be towards Oconee, maybe a little bit east of Oconee right now. Like I said, the zones where you start to see that dark red and that, kind of purple starting to pop up, that is right kind of where we are seeing the potential of very large hail that is occurring there. Once again, this warning has 31 minutes to go, basically a half hour to go here. Once again, the main concern here, or the only concern of the storm here, is the potential for large hail up to golf ball size. So keep that in mind there. Let's see here. So southeast of St. Louis, still in Illinois, right here in southwestern Illinois. Not too far from St. Louis, a little bit southeast. I'd say probably 35 miles or so. Let's go and measure that real quickly. Yeah, once again, not too far away from that. Look at that, about 30 miles. About 30 miles or so. We have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. This one's for quarter-size hail. So, obviously, quarter-size hail is nothing too extreme, but also there's a possibility for some damaging wind gusts, maybe up to 60 miles per hour towards Fayetteville, Illinois, New Athens, Illinois. Kind of seems the heaviest of it is kind of southeast of Freeburg, Illinois, which is in the southwestern state here. Kind of across areas of Highway 15 is what we're looking at. So we'll watch out for that. Moving up here towards Tennessee. Got some more storms popping off here. We got a severe thunderstorm warning here just not too far away from Nashville, actually. West of Nashville. We got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for the next 15 minutes. So this one's about to expire here, not too long. This one is in effect here for the possibility of ping pong ball size hail. But the good news is the winds are not expected to be anything damaging, at least as of what it's warned for right now. The worst of it's over Woods Valley, northwestern Tennessee here, tracking right towards, Gwendolyn Idle. I think that's how you say that. Towards Staten, we have Harris Hollow, Sweet Home. Yeah, those regions out there probably going to be getting impacted by heavy rain and even hail here, I'd say, within the next 10 minutes or so. Also, yeah, we got some more. We got a lot of storms popping up, you guys. Like I said, you're going to see us hopping around a lot because there's just so much activity. Right now, we have 26 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect here right now. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and scroll down here a little bit. Let's see. Our worst severe thunderstorm warning right now. Apparently, this one has a tornado possible tag on it. Here we go. Here's this guy. Yeah, all these ones in Iowa right now seem to be the strongest storms here. Back towards North Liberty in Iowa City, you guys. So once again, my friends out there who lives towards, Iowa City, North Liberty, you guys are definitely getting pelted pretty good right now. Like I said, you guys are currently under a warning here for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We're talking nearly hurricane-force wind gusts, as well as potential hail up to 1.75 inches, which, like I said, 1.75 inches is equivalent to golf ball size hail. So golf ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts will definitely cause, some problems. Obviously damage to vehicles, easily could shatter your windows, not just on your vehicles, but also your house too. That's why we tell you to stay away from windows because, like I said, obviously in these, in these situations, the winds driving large hail can be very, very impactful. Also, do not be outside. Remain indoors, and if possible, go to the central interior portion of your home. Just stay away from the outside. Go to the centralmost point of your home. Stay well away from the outside. Because, like I said, obviously, this is some pretty destructive stuff. And like I said, it's really turning into a line here from what you can kind of see out of this in particular storm. So it's really covering a lot of surface area here of some very, very large hail. Now, areas nearby, like I said, obviously we have eastern Iowa currently that's in this here. So areas towards like Solon, we have Morse here. You guys are about to get hit here pretty good. Let's see, Elmira. You guys are in line here. For, like I said, that large hail to be impacting those regions here very, very soon. So we are indeed going to watch out for this. Like I said, they actually we still have this warning in effect for the next half hour, essentially. They included West Liberty with it, Tipton, Nicholas, Muscatine. We have Fruitland, we have Letts, and Coneville. You guys are inside of the warning, like I said, once again, until basically the next half hour or so. Basically until 6 o'clock Central Time. You guys will be inside of that warning there. So just a little bit of a heads up for you guys, just a little bit of an FYI. Just keeping y'all up to date here. But like I said, right now, yeah, these are the most destructive storms that's currently popping off here. Now, not too far away from the cell that's that's towards North Liberty. We track away to the south, probably a good 50 miles or so. We got another severe thunderstorm warning kind of sharing the state border of southeastern Iowa and western Illinois here. Now, this one right now actually has a tornado possible tag on it. Now, that does not mean a tornado is immediately a danger. It means that tornadoes can quickly develop from severe thunderstorms such as this cell right here. So with that being said, keep an eye out for a possible tornado. If you live here towards Carmen, Illinois, Stronghurst, Illinois, let's see, Terre Haute, we have Lomax, those regions out there. If you guys live across those regions, once again, in western Illinois, that's where this is currently at. Now, also, with that being said, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The winds could peak up to 60 miles per hour, as well as the hail size could potentially be up to quarter size. So quarter size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is a possibility. And like I said, they did include that possible tornado tag as well. So that is kind of what we are seeing here. That is indeed what we are looking at here regarding this warning. So once again, look out for a possible tornado. Now here in western Illinois, like I said, we have a lot of active thunderstorm activity. Kind of a long line of thunderstorms is popping off here. Right here towards Springfield. So Springfield, Illinois, my friends out there who lives in Springfield, just west of you, we have ourselves, a lot of this activity that's popping off here. Like I said, we have a lot of these severe thunderstorm warnings in effect here. It appears the damaging winds out of this is non-existent. It appears out of all these warnings we have near Springfield, none of them are for damaging wind gusts, which is good news. All of them are strictly warned for hail. Basically, $50 to ping pong ball, ting tong, ting tong. Ping pong ball size. I'm losing it, y'all. That's what happens when you talk too fast, Anyways, but $50 size to ping pong ball size hail is kind of what we're talking about here. So that is essentially what we are looking at. So once again, a long line towards Springfield, areas south of Springfield. We have a couple of these strong and severe thunderstorms that are popping off here. So we'll need to watch out for those guys. Moving into my state here of Kentucky, on the western side, we got a nasty storm rolling through Paducah, mostly south of Paducah. To my friends out here towards Dogwood here, towards areas of Clear Springs, West Plains, we are currently seeing a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for quarter-size hail. Good news is that damaging winds are not expected, which is great news. Obviously, the main concern out of these guys is mostly just, the potential for quarter-size hail, which is kind of that baseline for activity there. Or for severe activity there, I should say. So overall, these storms in western Kentucky are nothing too extreme, which is great news. Overall, that's good news. West of Nashville, we got a few of these severe thunderstorm warnings popping off here as well. Now, these ones right here, once again, directly west of Nashville, not too far to the west. I'd say probably a good 30 miles or so west of Nashville. We got a storm firing off here towards Cumberland, Furnace, towards Sweet Home, currently getting the worst of it right now. You guys are in store for the possibility of large hail, potentially up to ping pong ball size, in which like I said, we definitely need to be looking out for. Once again, the good news out of this storm here west of Nashville is the fact that these winds are expected to remain under severe limits, which is great news. So we'll need to, like I said, we'll just need to keep an eye out mostly for hail out of these guys. Once again, directly west of Nashville, for towns towards Cumberland, Furnace, towards Sweet Home, towards Big Springs, towards Promise here, New Hope, Hamble, Rock Springs, White Oak Flat. You guys are included with that, which is basically in northwestern, north central Tennessee here. Got a very large severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect here south of Little Rock. We're now moving into Arkansas. So areas here towards, Arkansas. Just southeast here of Little Rock, we got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We got a current storm rolling through Pine Bluff right now. So my friends who lives in Pine Bluff, look out for the possibilities, like I said, as followed. Potential for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So keep that one in mind, my friend, as you guys do have that concern. Now moving into western areas of Mississippi here, basically towards Vicksburg, relatively northeast of Vicksburg here, towards Redwood, Oak Ridge, let's see, areas towards Russellville, Youngton, sorry. You guys are currently under a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next 22 minutes for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts overall. So that's kind of the things that we are looking out for as of right now. So once again, everybody, like I was saying, you guys, this is just widespread activity. And like I said, we have a very large, I'm talking covering zones here. Very, very large severe weather risk area for today. Once again, here's the Storm Prediction Center's outlook here. We actually do have a pretty good risk for severe weather. The highest areas of concern is across areas of central and southern Iowa, northern Missouri, as well as pretty much kind of eastern, southeastern areas of Nebraska, and a small sliver in northeastern Kansas. Once again, that orange, that's the level 3 out of 5 on the severe spectrum. That is a pretty big risk out there, in which you definitely need to watch the storms if you're across the areas here. Really got to watch the storms if you're across the yellow and the orange. There's a possibility for a few severe storms also across the dark green, but probability is a little bit low across those regions. And if you're wondering what that light green is, basically just saying a few thunderstorms are possible, but no severe activity is expected. So overall, that's good news. But once again, we're really targeting the Midwest, or the upper Midwest in this case, towards Iowa. Iowa's kind of the most impacted areas here overall. So we need to really look out for that. That is the most impacted areas. Got a lot of activity really starting to fire off here in Texas, too. We got some nasty storms here towards Abilene, relatively just south of it, for possibility of these damaging wind gusts, maybe up to 60 miles per hour, as well as the potential, maybe up to $50 size hail, just south of Abilene towards Buffalo Gap. Kind of seems to be the possibility out there for a large hail. Just north of that, northwest of Abilene, probably a good 30 miles or so, we have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect for only 5 more minutes, not too much longer. Still showing a pretty, obviously maybe a little bit of a hail core going on here, which might need a re-extension, for a new warning here, because like I said, the time is running out on this current warning that's here. They might need to reintroduce that, because it still looks like that there's likely some hail that's still falling in the storm here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as the possibility for half-dollar size hail is possible. North of that, quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds towards Apremount, which once again is in western, north-central Texas, essentially. Riding up the line here, quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here for towards Benjamin. Yeah, these little areas in purple is likely, or maybe some hail is falling out there. Once again, in this case, maybe up to quarter size. Nothing too extreme, but right there at that severe line, essentially for hail. Then we got a few other ones here east of Odessa. Now, these ones are the ones I'd really look out for, since they're kind of on their own, since they're kind of isolated. Isolated storms have a better chance of turning into more destructive storms, because they have the entire environment around them to strengthen with. Meanwhile, if you have like a bunch of clustered thunderstorms, there's the environment's kind of cut off to some of these thunderstorms, which can only limit their development. But currently in the field here in western Texas, once again directly east here of Odessa, we got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for areas here towards Big B Corner, tracking up here towards Garden City. Now this is in effect here for the next 48 minutes. This is for the possibility of half-dollar size hail, as well as 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we'll need to watch out for this guy. However, the one to the south, this one's a little bit more worse here, especially regarding hail. Whenever it comes to it here, southwest of Big Lake here, which is across areas here. It appears to be mostly rural areas, which is great news. But to you guys who are out here, basically relatively north of Aaron, I think that's how you would say that. North of Highway 490, or is that 190? Yeah, sorry, 190. Across the regions there. This is directly, let's see here, I'm trying to find some areas nearby. South of Rankin, south of 67, southwest of Big Lake here. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for the possibility of golf ball size hail and quarter size hail. Golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I literally just said golf ball size hail. So, not quarter size hail. Golf ball size hail seems to be possible out of this. So overall, pretty destructive storms out there. And like I said, that just goes to tell you guys, that these storms today, they're not your average thunderstorms. These guys are known to be producing some very large concerns overall, in which we definitely have got to be looking out for these guys. Like I said, these guys here, especially here in Iowa, this guy, holy cow, this thing's getting worse and worse and worse. So my friends out here towards Iowa City, east of Iowa City at this point, towards West Branch, you guys are getting pelted by some very large hail from what it looks like. They currently have this warning at 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and tennis ball size hail. Terrain weather spotters here apparently have reported it, meaning that it has been observed regarding to that threat there. So once again, my friends out here towards areas east of Iowa City, towards West Liberty, towards areas of West Branch. Let's see, this is heading right towards Springdale, Iowa, East Iowa, towards Cedar Valley, towards Buchanan, Cedar Bluff. You guys are getting ready to get hit by this wall of hail here. And once again, like I said, this is riding against Highway 80 or Interstate 80 here. So we're talking, once again, the potential for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts as well as tennis ball size hail. So this is a good example of what you should be doing is getting into a shelter. Even though this is not a tornado warning, we're seeing really strong damaging winds here, mixing in with some extremely large hail. I've even seen hail this size go straight through roofs before. So like I said, recommended, you need to be well away from windows at this point. Okay, be well away from windows if you are in this storm here. Once again, towards Iowa City, east of Iowa City. It's pretty bad up there, which if you don't know where Iowa City is, in eastern Iowa here. Okay, so we're going to need to really watch out for this storm here over the next few minutes. Because, like I said, this is the most destructive one. It even looks like there might be a little bit of a tail starting to pop up on this guy. So that's giving me enough of a concern to take a look at velocity on this storm here. It looks like, yeah, you can definitely see where those heavy winds are located. Right here, getting ready to head in towards Cedar Valley. Looks like a big area of, strong to severe damaging winds. Are getting ready to roll into Cedar Valley here within the next 10 minutes or so. So my friends out there in Cedar Valley, heads up to you guys. West Liberty, you're probably seeing some strong to damaging winds right now as well. To my friends on the Interstate 80 between between Lime City and up to West Branch, you guys are basically inside of, you're actually at threat for the possibility of, damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour once again, as well as hail up to literally tennis balls could be possible. And like I said, obviously you got to picture this. You got these damaging winds moving at 70 miles an hour. You got literal tennis ball chunks of ice that potentially could get caught up in those damaging winds. Obviously those damaging winds could carry those hailstones at a much quicker velocity, which could impact, increase the impact force, meaning that it's going to be a lot heavier of an impact on hit here. So we really need to look out for this, guys. Honestly, like I said, with this storm here, personally, I think that this storm could even potentially produce a tornado at some point. Like I said, that's kind of my growing concern right now, is the fact that you kind of see how we have this tail that's starting to pop up here. We look at velocity here, and we got a little bit of a, obviously a little bit of a curvature here, which this thing might be trying. Right now, it's not, tight rotation or anything like that, but this thing might be trying to potentially produce a tornado. So heads up to you guys out there, towards Moscow, towards, Altalissa, south of Rochester, towards Lime City. I would keep an eye out there for this guy. Once again, not just for the extreme damaging winds or the extreme hail here, but actually for, once again, maybe tornado potential could be increasing out of the storm here. Once again, this is a classic hook that's starting to develop here. Really over the last few frames, this thing's been turning into a pretty nasty-looking storm here. So once again, got to keep an eye on it. Got to really be looking out for it. So once again, West Liberty, which is once again in eastern Iowa. You guys are currently getting pelted right now, or expected to be getting pelted here very, very soon, potentially by large hail. And once again, we have this maximum hail here up to tennis ball size. Now, the worst of the hail is obviously kind of expected right here, probably towards West Branch. I'm sure you guys are getting pelted by it right now. So to my friends out there in West Branch, which once again, this is in Iowa here, all that blue that you're seeing right there, that is all some pretty nasty stuff that we're looking at. We might even have some cameras out here, believe it or not. Let's see. This is in areas east of Iowa City. So let's go ahead and switch over here to Iowa City. This is right once again towards West Liberty. There's West Branch. Where's West Branch at? There. Okay, yeah, we need to switch over here to West Branch here. Let's see. Apparently, we have some cameras that are down, actually. Probably even because of the hail. Yeah. I don't think those cameras were down, believe it or not, beforehand. So I think that the hail is maybe even destroying those cameras that are up there. Not good. But like I said, right now, areas here east of West Branch, it looks like West Branch is starting to kind of pull out of the hail from what it looks like. And like I said, you guys are kind of moving more into that moderate to heavy precipitation right now, rather than that heavy, really, really heavy precipitation plus with the hail. It looks like that you guys are now starting to kind of pull out of it. However, next up, Springdale. Here in Springdale, we have Cedar Valley here. You guys are in line for the potential for some nasty hail. Once again, West Liberty likely getting it too. Also, watch out towards Altalissa. You guys are also across the area of interest. Rochester, just kind of light rain right now, but that's going to quickly escalate. You're going to notice how it's going to start. It might be light right now, but it's going to eventually turn into some very heavy precipitation and even likely some hail out of this as well. Now, once again, it actually looks like they just now extended that warning here. They just now updated the warning for, or they extended the warning now into Davenport. So my friends out here in Davenport now, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning here in effect for the next hour for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Still, they kept the damaging wind potential, as well as hail up to 2 inches in diameter. So we're talking some very, very large hail and very strong damaging winds out of this here as well. So both damaging winds, both large hail is still really expected out of the storm here. They just now warned other locations. So once again, Davenport, they just now issued a tornado warning on this as well. Okay, like I said, a couple minutes ago, probably 5-10 minutes ago, we were just talking about how this thing is likely, possibly going to be producing a tornado. Look at that. They just now, it's observed too, meaning it's been confirmed. Okay, so a confirmed tornado has been observed now, possibly towards West Liberty. Let's see here. Weather spotters confirmed the tornado here. Take a look here back at velocity. Like I said, it looked like there was a bit of spin up out there. Towards areas here, maybe there towards West Liberty. Like I said, I had a feeling, from what it looked like, I had a feeling that this thing might have been producing some tornadic activity, and it really looks like, or now it obviously has been observed, been reported here. Correlation coefficient, I don't know if it shows anything. It's a little bit too, staticky out there regarding, this view. But overall, apparently a tornado has indeed been reported out of this here. So not only is there, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, not only is there large hail up to 2 inches in diameter, but now there's apparently a tornado that's been observed. So you guys have got to be in your shelter if you live across West Liberty, Alta Lizza, towards Moscow, Wilton, Dayfield, Muscatine, see areas here towards Sweetland Center, Pleasant Prairie, Midway Beach, New Era, Fairport, and Illinois City. You guys have got to be inside of your shelter here right now. So once again, heads up to you guys. Tornado warning is now in effect here. They just now issued it, and it has now been observed, meaning that somebody has actually detected this tornado, in which this thing is currently on the ground. Once again, right here towards West Liberty, you guys are currently getting hit, likely not just by, not just damaging winds, maybe not even just a tornado, but also large hail too. So overall, like I said, definitely is getting a little bit nuts out there. Once again, this is heading towards Davenport. So my friends who live out here towards Davenport, just a heads up to you guys. There is a pretty destructive storm of all characteristics, tornado producing, damaging wind producing, and large hail producing, heading right towards your location. So it'll be highly advised to be seeking shelter if you live across Davenport, which is in direct eastern Iowa. So if you know anybody out there, if you know any friends or family or coworkers, anybody you know who lives out here towards Davenport, Iowa, give them a heads up right now. Let them know that there's a very destructive storm that's heading your way. So obviously keep that in mind. Like I said, this thing apparently has had an observed tornado on it. This thing apparently has actually dropped a tornado according to weather spotters, as well as, like I said, it's currently warned for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as the potential here of up to, like I said, obviously 2-inch hail could be possible. Got a warning. Okay, flash flood warning. That's another concern, is the potential for flash flooding as well. So tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds, and flash flooding is all a concern. So Mother Nature is throwing us a bunch of curveballs here regarding multiple sources or multiple potential areas of impacts overall. So we need to keep an eye out there for this here. Once again, a little bit of a heads up there towards you. Iowa City, you guys are pretty much good. You are still in a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 7 minutes. I think you're mostly good at this point. Probably still going to be seeing a little bit of lightning, maybe in distance lightning. It'd still be recommended to remain indoors just until you stop hearing thunder. That way, because like I said, lightning is a leading killer as well. So leave that in mind, or keep that in mind there. Like I said, but really my friends out here towards Springdale, towards areas of West Liberty, let's see, Alta Lizza, Moscow, Wilton, like I said, big heads up to you guys. Make sure that you are into your central interior portion of your room, or of your home, sorry. And like I said, obviously, if you have a basement, if you have a storm cellar, that is the place to go right now. Do not hesitate, because like I said, hazards of all types is currently occurring out of the storm right now. So like I said, we've got to keep an eye on it. Obviously, a tornado has been observed, damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, and large hail, like I said, up to 2 inches in diameter is expected out of the storm right now. So keep that in mind. Now, once again, this is heading directly towards Wilton, which is in eastern Iowa, Muscatine, Iowa. This also moves into areas of kind of northwestern, west central Illinois as well. So to my friends out there in Illinois, towards like Millen, south of Davenport, Iowa, towards Oak Grove, Sherrod, let's see, Primpton, we have Viola, Aldo, Millersburg, those regions out there. A little bit of a heads up to you guys as well, because you are in the warning. You're a little bit far down the line from where the storm's at now, but still, you are in that warning, and you should still be taking action. Recommended to obviously seek that place right now, obviously to get to your safe spot. Once again, central interior room of your home. If you do not have a basement or a storm cellar, obviously if you have a storm cellar or basement, that's where you want to go to, because like I said, this is some very destructive. This is a very destructive storm, and it's been tornado producing. Also, like I said, obviously with the potential here of large hail, once again up to 2 inches in diameter, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, has indeed been reported here. So overall, very, very destructive storm is currently happening here. Currently, according to weather spotters, that's currently where we got our information from. We have apparently a tornado that was on the ground here. There's no confirmation right now if it's still on the ground. However, you should still treat it as if a tornado is still on the ground. Still treat it as if there is a tornado that is on the ground here. Because like I said, it's definitely better to be safe than sorry. And like I said, these storms out here, these are definitely some very, 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 very nasty, very, very aggressive storms that's currently popping off here. And like I said, we have a whole bunch of these storms. It's just a very overwhelming amount of storms that's currently popping off here right now. And like I said, we do have a tornado warning that's in effect here for areas of Rock Island, Illinois, Cedar, Iowa, and Muscatine, Iowa as well. So this expires in 19 minutes. It was issued at 6:50, so this was issued 7 minutes ago. And once again, like I said, weather spotters, meaning personnel on the ground, has confirmed this tornado in eastern Iowa. So I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but this might be the first tornado that has been reported today. Let me actually double check on that really quickly. I want to go ahead and do some double checking with that. Yeah, it looks like actually, it definitely does look like we are seeing. I think this is our first tornado of the day, which is in eastern Iowa. But like I said, the good news is that tornado probability is really not ultimately that high overall. Like I said, tornado probability is not ultimately too high, which is great news. Whenever it comes to it, though, like I said, there is still that possibility in which, we should still be really looking out for it. Like I said, once again, basically southern Iowa, central southern Iowa, that's the highest probability for overall of that activity. And you can actually see the tornado overlay here. You can actually see, so we have two different shades. We have that that dark green here, and we have the brown. The dark green, which extends all the way from northeastern Kansas to southeast Nebraska, central southern Iowa, portions here of western Illinois, and northern Missouri. You guys have a 2% chance of having a tornado within 25 miles. So overall, like I said, a very, very low chance overall for tornadoes. Then you move into the brown. That's the highest probability at a 5% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles. Once again, central, southern Iowa, southeast Nebraska, a very small, thin line for extreme northern Missouri is inside of this highest tornado potential, which is, like I said, 5% chance, which is really not terribly too high, which is good news. But like I said, tornadoes still cannot be ruled out today, in which we still definitely need to be looking out for these guys. So overall, we'll keep y'all informed of that. So, like I said, just a little bit of a heads up for you guys. But like I said, across those regions, actually, hail and damaging winds is the biggest concern here. And, like I said, we're talking hail, potentially up to baseball size today. Even damaging winds maybe up to 70, 80 miles per hour. Theoretically could be a good possibility out there. So we'll need to watch out for this guy. Or these storms in general. And now, once again, like I said, what's really crazy about today is it's not just one area that's currently seeing all these storms. I mean, like I said, we're literally seeing multiple impact areas, of severe weather occurring here. Like I said, we're currently seeing a lot of these storms, across portions here of the Midwest regions, the Southern Plains, the Central Plains. I mean, like I said, even portions of like the West Southeast area. We're talking a lot of impacts out here. Let's see. Nikki says my roof still hasn't been repaired from the tornado. I remember that, Nikki. I do. That was definitely pretty crazy out there. Definitely is, pretty daggone crazy out there. Well, like I said, I'm glad to see that you're okay, Nikki. That was definitely a pretty scary day. That's for sure. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move back here to eastern Iowa. So like I said, that's currently the most destructive storm right now, is in eastern Iowa. So once again, a little heads up to my friends out here. Very, very strong and damaging winds likely heading into Lime City right now, which is in eastern Iowa. Also heading towards Wilton, Durant, let's see, Stockton, New Liberty, Walcott here. We have Maysville. And then, like I said, we have a tornado warning in effect for areas of like Alta Summit, Muscatine, or is that Muscatine? Muscatine, however you pronounce that. Those regions out there. There's actually a tornado warning that's in effect here. Once again, this was actually observed. Now they brought it back to radar indicated. Like I said, just a little bit of rotation now. But apparently earlier, like I said, this thing was confirmed. This thing was confirmed here earlier. I'm actually going to bring you guys over to my other radar for a minute. Let's go ahead and hop over here to that tornado warning here, which is in Illinois. This is for Rock Island and Muscatine, Illinois here. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Holy cow. Yeah, y'all look at that. So, according to this here, right in West Branch, apparently there was actually 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts reported here by emergency managers. And like I said, you can obviously tell where the heaviest of hail is moving through right now. Listen, Atalissa. You guys in Atalissa right now, you guys are about to get you guys are about to get pelted by some very large hail, from what it looks like here. Tracking in towards Moscow, which is once again in eastern Iowa, that we are currently watching. Wilton, you're short to follow as well. Durant here, Sunbury, Stockton. If the storm can continue producing its large hail, which it's currently doing right now, like I said, obviously, that is something to seriously take action for. Back to velocity here. I mean, like I said, you can really see on the table here how we have this big blob, these highlighted colors here, really showing us where we are seeing those damaging wind gusts. And once again, like I said, the warning currently does have this for 70-mile-per-hour winds being a possibility. Apparently here towards West Liberty, as of, 22:55, so this is literally not long ago at all. This was about, about 10 minutes ago or so. About 8 minutes ago, this was reported here, apparently of golf ball size hail in Muscatine, Iowa, or Muscatine County, Iowa, which is right here in West Liberty. So once again, this thing is fresh. This is a fresh new update coming from the storm. We now got a new tornado warning, y'all. There it is, right there. This is actually in Illinois. This one's actually in Illinois here. Let's see. Let's go back over here. We got ourselves a tornado warning in effect for areas of Raritan, or is that Raritan? Yeah, Raritan. Sorry. Here towards Roseville, we have ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning as well. So we are keeping an eye out for this. Stronghurst, Lomax, Good Hope. Apparently, there's actually been a lot of reports that's actually been coming from the storm here, as it was in extreme southeastern Iowa here. Apparently across portions of Weaver, we've seen actually multiple occasions of large hail up to 1.75 inches. Let's see, Proxy with a $50 donation. Proxy, you rock. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. That is crazy. Proxy, thank you so much. That is super cool, super sweet. It really means a lot, Proxy. Seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Saying, sorry to be late, but so happy to be here for the best weather tracking on YouTube. Rocket Andrew. Thank you, Proxy. And once again, greatly appreciated. We love you, Prox. Thank you so much. That is very, very generous. Very, very sweet of you. Did they just remove that tornado warning? Or, no, I'm dumb. I forgot. I was not the latest scan here. Anyways, but yeah, no, we do have a tornado warning in effect here, once again, for Raritan. Also, you guys are likely seeing some hail here. Up to quarter size, it looks like 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, with the winds could be getting up to 60 miles per hour, essentially here. And like I said, obviously, quarter size hail, and like I said, there's actually a tornado warning on it now. Honestly, I'm really not seeing too much tight rotation. I'm not going to lie with you guys on this here. It's still a radar indicated threat, basically meaning that the radar has picked up a bit of rotation, that it's not currently observed, not currently, right now it's not currently observed here, meaning it's not been detected personally yet. Don't let it go that way, without taking shelter. Obviously, you guys in the direct path, Raritan, got to be in a shelter right now. And like I said, overall, these severe thunderstorms is impacting areas here of like Media, towards Roseville, heading right towards Prairie City. Sorry about that. Heading towards, Bushnell, Good Hope, areas here towards Lomax. Should definitely be looking out for this, guys. As like I said, this is a pretty strong storm here. Definitely is a pretty strong storm here. We're going to go and move it back over here. Wow. That has gone up a lot in the last few minutes, you guys. They actually got rid of that tornado warning, which is good. So a little update for you guys in eastern Iowa. To my friends out here towards Muscatine, is it Muscatine? Muscatine. Someone please tell me in chat if you guys know what it is. But Muscatine, however you pronounce this area, you guys are no longer in the tornado warning. Same thing for Fairport, Illinois City. You guys are now out of a tornado warning. However, with this storm, we are still seeing a lot of destructive hail, likely some damaging winds here. Once again, my friends here towards Moscow, towards Alta Lisa here. We are seeing a lot of that purple and a lot of that blue popping up, meaning that there's likely a lot of large hail that's occurring in the storm right now. We got a report here of golf ball size hail towards West Liberty. So like I said, we gotta keep an eye out there for those regions here. Also, West Branch reported 70-mile-per-hour winds. Let's see, we had 74-mile-an-hour wind gusts earlier in the storm towards Oxford, Iowa. Apparently 70-mile-per-hour as well, 74, 70, and 60. So a lot of damaging winds has been reported, for these storms here. A lot of damaging reports coming through. You'll see Muscatine. Okay, thank you, Indy. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for correcting me. It's Muscatine. Gotcha. Thank you so much once again for saying that. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning out of this kind of line, this kind of group of thunderstorms that appears to be starting to pop off here. These guys are relatively new to the gang here, just now starting to fire off. Right here across, basically, northwestern Illinois, essentially. These guys are starting to fire off here. So this is across portions of like Anawan, towards Manlewis, towards areas of, let's see, LeClaire. Yeah, LeClaire seems to be getting hit the hardest right now. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Definitely likely some quarter-size hail happening maybe towards Rapid City, Port Byron, and LeClaire. You guys are likely getting that right now. A lot of hail reports coming off of East St. Louis here in western Illinois. According to the latest scan here, I was going to give this radar a second to load here. We're pulling off of the St. Louis radar here. Apparently, according to the storm, we have a lot of reports of hail. Like I said, a lot of reports here of hail popping off here. Even look at that, wires down and bank sign damage due to wind-driven hail. Like I said, today these are not normal storms. You got the mixing of large hail, damaging winds, mixing those together, driving some big chunks of ice at fast velocities, can cause damage in themselves. So, like I said, obviously that's something you got to really look out for as well. But yeah, no, we've had a lot of reports of this. A lot of reports here of some some nasty thunderstorm activity here. Once again, this is a warning that's in effect for areas of New Baden, Summerfield, Trenton, Albers, Damiensville, Germantown, which is basically once again in southwestern Illinois here, which is directly east of St. Louis here. We are indeed seeing ourselves a lot of hail reports up to half inch, even up to as high as golf ball size actually being reported out of this here. So overall, like I said, that's kind of what we're seeing here. Let's see here. Indy says you're seriously the best weather channel. Thank you so much, there, Indy. Really appreciated. But like I said, seriously, we gotta really be looking out for these areas here. Like I said, severe thunderstorms. Like I said, there's just so much going on right now. I mean, they are legitimately all over the place here. I mean, it's really difficult to be covering all of these storms because, like I said, there's just so many of them. Because right now we have 26 severe thunderstorm warnings. We have 1 tornado warning here. Like I said, overall, we have a lot of thunderstorm activity. A bunch of these storms popping off here towards San Angelo, Abilene, Texas. Portions east of Odessa. Starting to pop off. A lot of these guys are severe warned. Let's see. We have quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Quarter-size hail, 60. Wow, this one's nasty. Okay, so we have a storm west of Abilene, Texas here, you guys. Directly west of Abilene for areas towards Radium, Plainview, Corinth. Apparently this guy is warned, like I said, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's, nothing out of the ordinary here. But we are seeing hail potential up to 2.5 inches here. Kind of south of Radium is kind of where the heaviest of it appears to be, which that is equivalent to tennis ball size hail. We're talking tennis ball size hail here, which that is definitely a kind of a really big concern there. So tennis ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust is a concern. So if you guys live out here towards, oh my gosh, there's literally a town called Noodle. No way, dude. I tell you what, y'all. If you guys hang around with this for a while, you're going to notice that there's some really funky names, funky town names out there. Okay, so in the warning here, there's literally a town called Noodle that is in the warning here. Obviously, say here south of Radium. This in particular strip right in here, that's likely where the heaviest hail and overall the strongest storm activity is happening here. West of Anson here. Kind of once again south of Radium, south of Plainview, southwest of Corinth here, kind of what we're looking at. So overall, that's that. Once again, tennis ball size hail is possible, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. East of that, golf ball size hail, still very large hail towards Hawley, Hodges here. Right now, we also have this for Phantom Hill, but it seems to be just kind of turning into some, just kind of moderate precipitation, nothing too crazy, especially when comparing the last two scans. You see how it goes from a lot of orange to now a lot of broken yellows. So it looks like that precipitation is starting to kind of fade out a bit. Maybe the storm is dying on the right hand side, which appears to be likely happening here. Jenny says Noodle. Yes, there's literally a town that's in the warning here called Noodle, Texas. Noodle, Texas. It's currently inside of that. So also on the west, the very far west side here towards Roby, Texas here. Towards Roby, we have McCauley, Sylvester, Royston. We are seeing, like I said, 1.5-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So 1.5-inch hail is equivalent to ping pong ball size, in which we are looking at here. So we'll need to watch out for that. North of this, we have, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, 1.25-inch hail. So overall, yeah, we got a lot of pretty strong thunderstorms popping off here in Texas. Also some east of San Angelo. My friends out here in San Angelo, kind of towards Merida. We have Lockheed. Also Miles, but Miles is pulling away from this, which is good. So you're pretty much good to go, I'd say. But yeah, mostly concerned for actually, ping pong ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a possibility here too. Let's see. Also east of that towards Concho, we have Paint Rock. We are seeing actually quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well. 17 minutes to go until that expires. Let's see. Wow, this is a pretty nasty storm here. So this is well in the southwestern Texas. Right here towards Erin, I think that's the name of the area. Southwest of Big Lake, Texas. Southwest of Big Lake, Texas. Probably about 15 miles from the worst of it. Okay, never mind. My distance was a little off there, about actually nearly 25, 30 miles away from Big Lake, southwest of Big Lake here. We are seeing a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next 45 minutes, essentially. So basically until 6:45 Central. This will be in effect here for actually golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So overall, that is kind of that's pretty destructive storm out there. Velocity on the sucker. Yeah, we really don't got much rotation out of that, so that's good news. Like I said, obviously, the good news is down here in Texas, there really isn't any tornado risk for today, which is definitely great news. Anyway, speaking of tornado risk, we have ourselves a tornado warning here in western Illinois. This is currently a radar indicated threat, meaning that the radar has picked up some rotation. Does not mean it's currently on the ground. But like I said, don't wait until it gets observed, obviously, to take shelter. You should, regardless if you're in a tornado warning, radar indicated, or observed, either or, you better be in your shelter overall. So like I said, currently radar indicated, meaning the radar has picked up some rotation. Once again, in far western Illinois, for the towns or the cities here of Raritan, towards Swan Creek, Youngstown, you guys are inside of the tornado warning for the next half an hour, or until they decide to actually, if they want to pull it early. But right now, if they're going to let it go, it's going to expire in 30 minutes. Okay, so keep your eyes out for this storm here, as it does look like a tornado could indeed be possible across these regions here. So once again, a little heads up to you guys out there. We got a little bit of an airport radar out here. That's weird. That's velocity apparently. Yeah, I don't like this radar. I don't like that radar. It's an airport radar apparently. But anyways, but like I said, yeah, there has been a bit of rotation that's been detected here on the storm. It doesn't look very strong, at least according to this radar as of right now, which might be good news. But still, regardless, you need to be in your shelter if you live across Swan Creek, Youngstown, and areas here relatively east of Raritan. Okay, so a little heads up to you guys, just keeping you guys, keep you all in the loop here. That is, that's kind of what we're looking at. Okay, heads up to you guys. Oh, wow. So southern Illinois, we're going to move down a little bit south here. To my friends out here who live towards Hillsboro, Illinois, towards Coffeen, towards Fillmore and Bingham. We have ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect here. Really for areas towards Chakram City, I think that is. Hillsboro, Taylor Springs, Coffeen. We are seeing potential here for actually 1.75 inch, which is, obviously in that case, that is golf ball size hail. Potential for golf ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So once again, that's what the winds could get up to. That's what they could gust up to, potentially up to 60 miles per hour. Once again, also the potential here, 1.75 inch hail. So once again, very, very large hail we're talking on this storm here. Got to keep an eye on it. Overall, like I said, here towards Coffeen, you guys are getting ready to get impacted by this. Once again, Taylor Springs as well. We have Chapman, we have Fillmore, we have Bingham, Bailey City. You guys are inside the warning as well. This expires in the next 28 minutes. And I just noticed, as we were talking about this storm, they just now issued another severe thunderstorm warning just north of that here in Taylorville. Let's see, we actually had Taylor Springs that's in that warning, which is, once again, this is in central Illinois. Towards Taylorville, you guys are now inside of a severe thunderstorm warning here for Langleyville, for Hewittville, Velma. We have Owenso, I think that's how you say that there. We have Millersville, Assumption. We have Rosamond, Panna, Morrisville, and Palmer for the potential of ping pong ball size hail. Being a possibility, so keep that in mind there. Also, my home state, we got a few of these, severe thunderstorm warnings starting to pop up here, west of Bowling Green, from what it looks like here, towards Hopkinsville. Got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. Worst of it seems towards Kasky, towards KHVC Airport, towards Hopkinsville. Like I said, obviously, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning in effect towards Pembroke, heading towards Liberty, Elkton, for quarter-size hail. Kind of seems to be the possibility out of that in particular storm there. Then we move over here towards Arkansas. So my friends southeast here of, obviously, southeast here of Little Rock here. Not far southeast of Little Rock at all. We got ourselves a storm that's popping off here. We have Stuttgart. I think that is Stuttgart, north Stuttgart. Areas here of Goldman, Humphrey here, currently getting impacted for quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts, being a possibility out of that. So keep the eyes peeled for that there. But like I said, overall, that is essentially what we are seeing. Then once again, we have a lot of storms popping off here in Texas too. My friends out here towards Abilene, apparently we got some wind gusts up to 31 miles an hour. I know you guys can't really see that; it's a little difficult. Kind of cuts off right there. But there is actually a 31 mile an hour wind gust being reported out here in kind of southeastern Abilene here. So we'll keep an eye out there for that. But anyways, just north of Abilene, we currently do have ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect here for golf ball size hail. Yeah, once again, golf ball size hail is possible, as well as a possibility for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So mixing the two together, we got 60 mile per hour wind gusts and golf ball size hail. Overall, that is, like I said, that's pretty good impacts out there. Also, west of that, we have, wow, yeah, this is the big one. Got 10 minutes to go. Now, honestly, if you want to know my opinion, I don't think this is still holding up very well. But according to the latest severe thunderstorm warning here, northwest of Abilene, towards, my friends towards Radium, as we were talking about earlier, Plainview, apparently, like I said, you guys have the potential hail up to tennis ball size. Potential tennis ball size hail as well as 60 mile per hour wind gusts. I don't think that's holding up very well anymore because, like I said, obviously now it just kind of looks like maybe some heavy precipitation, or maybe a little bit of small hail could be possible. But honestly, like I said, it looks like it's not holding up to as what it used to. I mean, you can see obviously in the previous scans how there's a lot of pink, purple, blue, really showing some heavy precipitation. But in the latest scans, you can see how that's kind of fading out a bit. So I don't think that holds up very, very well. And as soon as I said that, they upgraded it, or they just updated it to now quarter size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So there you go. Now you have it officially from the National Weather Service. Just did not look that insane. Did not look as crazy as it was here a little bit ago. Anyways, over here towards San Angelo, my friends, we've got a storm due east of San Angelo. It's popping off here. Currently warned for 60 mile per hour wind gusts as well as actually ping pong ball size hail. To my friends who lives out here towards Merida, towards very best. Areas here south of 17 Mile Crossing. We got to look out for this. Also towards, Rowena. We also have Often. We are currently seeing a severe thunderstorm warning in effect also for those regions as well. You guys are still in that same warning there. Anyways, but that is kind of what we are looking at. But let's go do a little update, y'all, on this tornado warning. Don't want to leave that hanging too long here. Once again, we got a tornado warning here in western Illinois that's currently popping off here, south of Roseville. So my friends who lives out there towards Roseville, Illinois, south of that specifically, towards Youngstown, towards Swan Creek. You guys have got to be inside of your shelter here as we do have ourselves a tornado warning that's in effect. Maybe a bit of weak rotation southwest of Swan Creek seems to be possible. Kind of just northwest here of Good Hope. A little bit of rotation looks possible around these regions. Right now, it's still radar indicated, meaning that just rotation has been detected. As of right now, there is no confirmation of a tornado on the ground out of the storm here. But like I said, tornado or not observed, still better be in your shelter, regardless. Once again, central interior portion of your home, stay away from windows. That's if you do not have a basement or a storm cellar. Obviously, first place you want to go to is your storm cellar or your basement. Best place to go. If you don't have any of those, that's when central interior room, such as a closet, such as a bathroom, would be the best place to go. Okay, so a little bit of a heads up there for you guys on there. But that is kind of, that is what we are seeing here. So just a little bit of a heads up to you guys. Once again, Swan Creek, we have Youngstown, as well as, like I said, obviously here, just north here of Good Hope is exactly where we are seeing this popping off. Let's see. Dylan says, so we could see a brief tornado. It's possible. Like I said, with the current radar signature here, you can see right there between the greens and reds, there's a little bit of rotation. Not saying it's anything strong, but regardless, there is a little bit of rotation that's popping off here, and it could drop a tornado. Like I said, we've already seen a tornado that's popped up here a little bit ago here towards Iowa City. I think it was a little bit east of Iowa City. About a half hour ago we were tracking. But it looks like that, obviously that's no longer the case. But yeah, apparently we've already seen tornadoes that's already happened here, in which it's a possibility. But like I said, today overall, I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys over here to the Storm Prediction Center for a moment. Overall, for today, there's actually not much of a tornado concern. Where there is the possibility for tornadoes, the highest chance is across central and southern Iowa and southeastern Nebraska. That's the highest chance for tornadoes, which is a maximum at a 5% chance every 25 miles in that brown area. So overall, pretty low chance. it's possible we could have a few tornadoes today. Would likely be around Iowa if there was, which we've already had one in Iowa. But like I said, today's main concerns, though, is the damaging winds and the hail. Damaging wind gusts, once again, maybe up to 60, 70, maybe even 80 mile an hour or higher in some rare cases could be possible. And like I said, with hail, though, that's where it really gets you. We've seen some very large instances of hail today. Like I said, we've actually seen like hail up to tennis balls and baseballs in the warnings, anyways. Lots of large hail does seem to be possible out for today. But like I said, all hazards, though, in the end, are a possibility. All hazards are there. Let's see. We got a big severe... wow, look at this guy. Oh, that's new. So northwestern Kansas we're switching to now, by the way, y'all. So my Kansas folks, listen up. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning here, relatively new, for the next 50 minutes. So my friends who lives in Norton, areas towards Edmond, Lenora, let's see, towards Almena, let's see, Moreland, we have Bogue, we have Hill City, Pinokee. You guys have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 1.5-inch hail, as well as 70 mile per hour wind gusts. And like I said, 1.5-inch hail, that is equivalent to ping pong ball size hail. Seems to be a possibility. So that's that. Also, 1.75-inch hail. And like I said, another severe thunderstorm warning for the same storm, essentially. This is just the older version. It's about to expire in 4 minutes. Towards Jennings, south of Jennings, mostly is where the heaviest stuff is at, right in here. You can see that purple. Right here towards Laurent. How is that? Is that Lucerne? Sorry, Lucerne. That is where we are currently seeing this here. With the heaviest of it. Like I said, once again, out of this here, according to that warning, is 1.75 inches, so basically golf ball size hail, and 70 mile per hour wind gusts does seem to be a possible concern here. Let's see. What's my opinion on Southwest Ohio? Are we at risk anytime soon? So Southwest Ohio does not have any risk here. Tomorrow there is, though. Let me briefly show you real quickly. Yeah, my fellow Ohioans here. Southwestern Ohio, we do have a small little risk here tomorrow. Small tornado percentage. Wow, I just noticed I'm actually in a slight risk tomorrow. That's nice. Tornado percent chance 2%. Damaging winds 15 and hail 15 as well. But for my friends in Southwest Ohio, not much. Day after that here, another little risk here. Yeah, we'll be live for these ones here. I'll make sure of it. Also, day 5, I just noticed this. Let's see, this is for Thursday. Got a pretty big risk of severe weather for northeast Texas, western Oklahoma, western Kansas, western Nebraska, and northeastern areas of Colorado, apparently. Okay, well, that's a little bit of a heads up there for you. Just a little bit of a view in the extended range for you guys. Very interesting. But anyways, but that is that. Overall, that is kind of what we are looking at out there. And, like I said, my friends, just please be safe out there. If you guys have any questions, once again, feel free to let us know. We'll be here for you guys. I know Missouri's going to have bad weather tomorrow. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Of course. So, tomorrow, we're going to get to more of these personal questions here now, guys. Like I said, I understand I haven't really been able to talk to you guys one-on-one much today. I'm sorry about that. But we're gonna get on to more of a stay here. And what I think I'm actually going to do is I think we're going to start taking, personal forecasts for you guys and telling you guys what we're expecting here. Like I said, obviously, I can't be here for too long because, like I said, my girlfriend's here. I don't know if you guys knew this. I hardly get to see her. She flew down here for 2 weeks. She leaves day after tomorrow. So I just wanted to give some coverage for you guys because I didn't want to leave you all hanging here with the nasty severe weather today. I want you guys to know what's going on. I want you guys to stay safe out there. That's why we're going live for you guys today. But like I said, here within the next little bit, I'm going to head off here so I can spend some time with her. But right now, I'm still going to kick off for a little bit. But now we're going to kind of change modes from, more focusing on the direct storms. We still are. But like I said, obviously, I'm going to kind of take more of an approach to more one-on-one with you guys. Okay, so we'll be watching the chat here a little bit more for you guys. Anyways, but so once again, sorry about that. Let's see here. So Kyle wants me to take a look here at Missouri for tomorrow. So Missouri does actually have a pretty decent Severe weather risk here tomorrow. We have a slight risk, once again, from a central and southeastern side of Missouri. Got to keep an eye on it. Tornado probability, not really anything too high overall for tomorrow. Tornado chances are very low. 2% chance is the lowest percentage for tornadoes. Basically just meaning a few tornadoes, a tornado or two cannot be ruled out, but it cannot be completely, once again, it cannot be completely ruled out there. So it's a possibility. Damaging winds, though, that's where it gets you, as well as hail. So look out for large hail, maybe up to quarter size, maybe a little bit larger, as well as maybe even some damaging wind gusts up to, like I said, once again, maybe up to 60, maybe 70 at worst case scenario, could be possible there. So we'll need to watch out for that. Anyways, but yeah, keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Nikki says 47438. All right, let's see. We're gonna move you all back over here. So 47438. This is in Indiana. Okay. Okay, tomorrow you got a risk. Today's not really a big risk for you, though. Yeah, there's really not much happening out there toward you. So you're pretty much good there, Nikki. Nothing to worry about. Let's see here. But yeah. Let's see. Thank you. Primary work outside. Good to know. Yeah, definitely good to my friends who works outside. This information is crucial. Let's see here. Okay. Wow. Yeah, we still got a very destructive storm. Okay, heads up to my friends in Davenport. We got a very destructive storm rolling through here with a tornado possible tag on it for 1.75 inch hail. So that's golf ball size hail and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So heads up to you guys out there. We are watching that. So it's going right over Muscatine right now. Durant likely getting the worst of it right now, heading in towards New Era. A lot of the worst of it anyways. Let's see. We got some wind reports. 44 mile per hour wind gusts apparently out of this guy. Wow. Yeah, look at that. 21 mile an hour sustained winds with 44 mile an hour wind gusts being reported out there. Goodness. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit dangerous. So my friends out here towards Davenport, heads up to you guys. Let's see here. Elizabeth, let's see. We want to take a look here. So Elizabeth wants me to take a look here at 52803. 52803. Okay, yeah, this is in Davenport. So yeah, you guys in Davenport, heads up for you guys. Because like I said, we're in a pretty destructive storm here. Most of it appears to be heading to your south, though. Mostly once again towards areas of like Buffalo Prairie. That's kind of the worst of it. But Davenport kind of pulling out of a storm right now. Let's see, we're going to switch radars to Davenport here. Yeah, got a storm over Davenport right now, but this storm eventually will be crossing into your location as well. So once this one storm rolls out, it's going to be quiet for a few minutes, and then another one's going to roll through. Like I said, the second one is the one you should really monitor here. Because like I said, this one has all hazards being possible. Let's say all hazards being possible. Once again, golf ball size hail, 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and a tornado being possible out there. So that's that. Let's see here. But yeah, no, that is essentially what we are seeing here. Let's see. Lightning count strike. Wow. 37,929 lightning strikes in North America in the last 120 minutes, the last 2 hours. Not surprising. Really not surprising. Like I said, we have a lot of areas that's currently seeing severe thunderstorms. Thunderstorms in general. I mean, let me go ahead and show you guys this real quickly. Here's the current radar view. Give this a second to load, maybe. There we go. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of thunderstorms popping off. I mean, we got some towards Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, even some towards Louisiana, central, western central portions of Texas, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota. I mean, like I said, seriously, we got a lot of storms popping off here across the country. It's really not surprising, honestly, that we've seen that much already. And you can really see that activity there on the infrared view. A lot of thunderstorm, a lot of big plumes. I mean, even in the portions here of Montana, we got this kind of train here of thunderstorms popping off here. So overall, a lot of nasty storms popping off right now. Overall. Let's see here. But yeah, no, that is kind of what we're seeing here. Let's see here. Wow, it's a lot of, yeah, that is definitely a lot of lightning. That's for sure. Definitely is. All right, we're gonna go move y'all back over here really quickly. Yeah, we got a large boxed severe thunderstorm warning here in northwestern Kansas. Currently popping off. This one's pretty destructive. So my friends out there towards Lenora, towards Edmond, we are seeing a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here for the next 41 minutes. So basically here, what is that till? Would that be till 7:15? I guess. Yep, till 7:15 Central Time. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for ping pong ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And like I said, obviously at that point, you got large hail up to, once again, ping pong ball size, moving potentially at 70-mile-per-hour winds, or moving at potentially 70 miles per hour, which, like I said, that has some serious impact force. Could easily shatter windows, not just in vehicles, but also houses. Once again, that's why we tell you guys to stay away from windows. I keep on telling you that because it's true. So stay away from windows even if you're in this storm. Because like I said, these are not normal thunderstorms. These are a different kind of breed of thunderstorms here. These are destructive storms. Very, very nasty storms here. So just a little bit of a heads up there for y'all. A little update on this tornado warning here towards Walnut Grove, Youngstown. Still radar indicated 40 minutes ago here. Tornado to $half size hail does seem to be a possibility. So not only is a tornado a possible concern here, but also a the possibility there for, once again, also the possibility there for the potential of hail up to $half size and tornadoes. Let's see here. But yeah, that's just essentially what we are seeing here. Tornado warning for Warren 1 minute ago. Let's see here. I think that is the... Yes, that is the latest one we just looked at. So yeah, for Warren, Illinois, and What is that? Is that I thought it said McDonut. Anyways, but yeah, towards those areas here. Once again, this is in western Illinois here. And like I said, cities directly impacted, or towns directly impacted, includes like Walnut Grove, Bushnell, Scottsburg, Swan Creek. You're kind of pulling out of it now. Youngstown, same thing for you. Prairie City heads up. Walnut Grove heads up. But we got ourselves about 38 minutes to go. Let's see. Ooh, got a few severe thunderstorm warnings popping off here towards North Carolina, actually. Western North Carolina towards Hendersonville. Just 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, it looks like. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just some gusty winds here, and maybe some small hail up to penny size, according to the radar here, according to the warning here, looks possible. But yeah, once again, nothing too crazy. North and south of Jackson, yeah, Mississippi. We're kind of getting a line of storms rolling through Mississippi right now. Possibility of quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and on this one, there's actually a possibility for $half size hail towards Pickens, and Scotland, and Linwood, and Daresonville. So that's that. Also, Evans here. Evans has a kind of a little bit of a little purple dot there. That's probably where we are seeing maybe some hail, actually. So heads up for that. Severe thunderstorm warning east of Little Rock here towards Stuttgart, including Devils Bluff. Let's see, Clarendon, Hazen, and Carlsey. Quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out there. San Angelo. Yeah, storm east of San Angelo here. Ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Be impossible. Ice Cream says, Florence, Alabama, good today in WW. So, yeah, Alabama's good today, actually. There's no severe weather risk out there for Alabama. Now, the thing is that also Mississippi isn't either. But there's actually a few severe thunderstorms rolling through. But for Alabama, for you, yeah, I mean, honestly, it's pretty much clear. We got a storm here towards Brantley. It does not appear to be severe, though. But yeah, other than that, that's that. So you're pretty much good there, my friend. You're pretty much good to go. Yeah, Alabama doesn't really have a threat today. Like I said, once again, the biggest threats are across Texas, northwestern Tennessee, western Kentucky, central western Illinois, northern and eastern Missouri, northern Kansas, central and southern Nebraska, very, very far southwestern Oklahoma. But the biggest risk here is across central southern Iowa, northern Missouri, northeastern Kansas, and eastern and southeastern Nebraska. That is like the bullseye across those areas, which is the last mentioned. Once again, Iowa, northern Missouri, northeast Kansas, and southeastern and eastern Nebraska. That is, that is kind of what we are seeing here. So, anyways. Yeah, but like I said, they're towards Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, like I said, once again, you guys are not under any severe weather risk. Like I said, here's the Storm Prediction Center. You guys can actually see there's a light green, which represents a few thunderstorms, but nothing severe is expected. But like I said, that's ultimately not what's, there's actually some storms popping off here, currently in Mississippi, kind of a long line of storms rolling through. Ice Cream says, thank you, NWW. No problem. You're very, very welcome, my friend. But anyways, didn't Little Rock get hit by a tornado this year? Yes, they did. Yeah, that was like a couple months ago, I think. But we were live during that. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I think it was at the beginning of one of the events we did. Don't remember which day it was, but yeah, Little Rock did get hit by a tornado. I think there's a lot of injuries too with it. Do I think there could be a new severe thunderstorm watch? Right now, probably not. We already have 4 thunderstorm watches right now in effect. Here, let me show you guys real quickly. Yeah, we currently have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Sorry, 4 severe thunderstorm watches. One across Texas, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Illinois, western Kentucky too. So that's that. Northern Little Rock get hit by an EF3. It was on March 31st. Sounds about right. It does. Yeah, it seemed like it was like a couple months ago. So, fake report said there was 600 injuries, but only around 20. Well, that's good. Definitely good news. Well, it's better than 600. We got a warning coming through here. Let's go and tune into this. This is across Illinois, apparently. Probably this guy. Here. Might be this guy. Yep, that's it. Will North Carolina get hit anytime soon? Actually, right now, North Carolina does have a few severe thunderstorm warnings here towards areas south of Asheville for gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour. Let's see. Yeah, marginal risk for across western. So a level 1 out of 5 on the spectrum today across western North Carolina. Tomorrow, a few thunderstorms possible, nothing severe. Actually, Tuesday for central and eastern North Carolina, there's a possibility for severe weather. But yeah, that's that. So right now, nothing too much, nothing too crazy. Holy cow, dude! Yeah, these storms out here towards Davenport, pretty nasty. Most of these are actually for like 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Yeah, like I said, these guys are pretty disgusting. Pretty nasty storms out there. Anyways, let's see. We've been live here for an hour and 45 minutes. Okay. Yeah, you guys are probably going to hate me here soon. Because I think I'm going to call it. A stream here in a few minutes, you guys. Because like I said, my girlfriend's down here, if y'all don't know the story. I rarely get to see her because we live like 900 miles away from each other, long distance. And she came down here for a couple of weeks, and she's leaving day after tomorrow. So I want to spend as much time as I can with her. But like I said, on top of it, I wanted to be here with you guys in order to cover this. So, but an hour and 45 minutes, I think that was pretty good amount of coverage here. So I think we're gonna drop it off here right now. I think we're gonna call it a night, y'all. But I really appreciate you guys being here with us. You know, and if you've not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. You know, once again, thank you guys for being a part of this awesome channel. Like I said, you guys are the ones that makes it awesome. And like I said, we love y'all out there. Like I said, just thank you. Y'all remain safe out there today. Like I said, tomorrow, I can't be live tomorrow. But day after tomorrow, I will be. So today is Sunday. Tuesday, I'll go live. Tuesday, I'll be going live. That's the day she leaves. She leaves early in the morning on Tuesday. So, but yeah, no, we'll be back. We'll be back on Tuesday, y'all, doing some coverage. Because like I said, once again, we do have ourselves a risk on Tuesday for South Central Kansas, North Central Oklahoma, and a small sliver of northeastern Texas, and the slight risk anyways. Let's see here. Yeah, Storm Prediction Center. Here's the risk out for Tuesday. But yeah. All right, y'all. Well, once again, thank you so much for being here. You guys absolutely rock. I have to give a big thank you to our donors today, obviously. Proxy, thank you so much for the donation. You absolutely rock. Proxy says, once again, sorry to be late. So happy to be here. Best weather tracking on YouTube. Thanks, Andrew. Once again, Proxy, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Also, Jenny with a $20 super chat. You rock. Thank you so much. So, Jenny, Logan for also being a member. So, Logan, thank you for becoming a member or continuing to be a member. Category 1 Club. Thank you so much, dude. Jenny, once again, thank you for the 20, and Proxy, thank you for the 50. Greatly appreciated, my friends. Thank you. And like I said, if you guys have anything you'd like to say here, like I said, we have our Discord. It's there in the description. We have our Twitter. You know, tag us on Twitter of any severe weather reports. Like I said, follow us on Twitter at NWW1162. You guys can follow us. Like I said, whenever there's crazy weather, you guys can submit reports to us whenever we're live, and we'll pull it up on the stream here for you guys, kind of show what's going on around your location. And everything like that. But once again, y'all, thank you so much. If you guys would like to support the channel, maybe send a few dollars to us, help us out with coverages and stuff like that. We have a Cash App tag, Andrew13155. It's also in the description. So if you guys want to send us a few dollars to help keep the programs running, help keep everything up and going, it'll be greatly appreciated. Once again, thank you all so much for being here. You guys absolutely rock here. But once again, y'all, we're gonna head off here for now. Gonna go spend some time with my girlfriend before she has to head back home. So, like I said, she's leaving on Tuesday. So, and like I said, I really get to see her. So it's good. It's definitely good to see her. So I'm gonna go spend some time with her while I can. But like I said, I just wanted to hop on here for a little bit with you guys in order to obviously kind of show you in the direction of where severe weather is expected and everything like that. So, once again, y'all, thank you. You guys absolutely rock. And all right, my friends, once again, we love y'all. Stay safe out there. And all right, my friends, we'll catch you guys here in the next one. Love y'all. Stay safe. Catch you then.
Central Schuyler County until 9 p.m. At 5:52 p.m., Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Expected hazards include flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. The following impacts are expected: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Havana, Astoria, Bath, Kilgore, Marbletown, and Bluff City. The following is a summary of watches, warnings, and advisories in effect. For the WXJ71 listening area, a flash flood warning has been issued until 9 p.m. for the following counties: Fulton and Mason. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 7:30 p.m. for the following counties: Fulton and Mason. Severe thunderstorm watch number 198 has been issued until midnight Monday for the following counties: Knox, Marshall, and Stark. Severe thunderstorm watch number 195 remains in effect until 9 p.m. for the following counties: Fulton, Mason, Peoria, and Tazewell. At 6 p.m. in Peoria, skies were cloudy. The temperature was 79 degrees, the dew point was 70, and the relative humidity was 74%. The heat index was 82. The wind was southeast at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.81 inches and falling. Around central and western Illinois, at Springfield, rain was falling, with a temperature of 66. It was mostly sunny, with a temperature of 77 at Macomb and 90 at Quincy. At Galesburg, it was partly sunny, with a temperature of 81. It was cloudy, with a temperature of 74 at Bloomington, 87 at Moline, 80 at Macon, and 74 at Lincoln. The National Weather Service in Lincoln has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Fulton County until 7:30 p.m. At 6:49 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Prairie City, or 14 miles northeast of Macomb, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Expected hazards include ping-pong ball-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected: people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect damage to roofs,